What's going on, Connect Champs? This is another episode of Speak Their Language podcast, and we're really glad to be focusing again on this concept of believing. But today we're focusing on believing in the journey, and today's word of the day is journeys. 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 Because I'm telling you right now, the belief in the journey to connect with your youth it's not going to be instantaneous in any way, shape, or form. You can't expect instant gratification from this journey. And I'm speaking to some parents right now, especially those who have been distant from their youth, distant from their teens, parents who haven't been around as much, parents whose trust has been broken in some way, shape, or form, parents who, or educators, anyone who is working with youth, and you now have broken the trust that you have with that youth, that relationship has been rifted in some way, shape, or form. Please understand that while you're going into this journey of connection, you cannot expect instant results. And what do I mean? I know some people are right now, oh, you know what? Young people these days, all they care about is instant gratification. That's the young mindset. No, it's not just the young mindset. Because I've been working as a youth educator or youth specialist for over a decade now. And since I was 20, 21, I've been hearing about youth who are saying that, you know what, my parents aren't around, or my parent doesn't care for me, my parent doesn't have that attention and love for me. And these are not just millennial parents. These are not just Gen X parents. These are, yes, boomer parents as well. We're talking about the fact that there are people who have lost and broken connections. And as soon now that they jump back into their relationship, they expect the same love, the same attention. They're now responsible parents, and they want that same level of commitment from their child. You can't expect that after having gone through such an experience, such a time where you have now displaced yourself either emotionally, physically, or mentally, and now you want that connection to be brought in. Because I'm telling you right now, there are some parents who are home who are still distant from their kids. Don't think that just because you are present means that you are truly a presence in their lives. It's two different things. And so, especially when you start seeing that your relationship has diminished in some way, shape, or form, especially if that's due to your own doing, please understand that the process is going to take time as you're rebuilding that connection with your youth. To be honest, it's better to not rift those connections than to have to rebuild the connections. I know it's better to cure. It's better to prevent than to cure. 100%. I'll be honest with you. When my son was just 1 year old, man, I'm a gamer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big gamer and I love gaming. And I remember it was my responsibility to be watching him at the time. This was during the heat of COVID, and I was just really into gaming at that time. And I remember seeing my son next to me in his little play area, and I was just gaming, going at it. And I was not paying attention to my son. And I realized, I literally looked at him and I said to myself, do I want that relationship with my kid where I'm present but not truly a presence in his life? I remember telling myself, man, you've worked with youth. You've been working with youth for so many years. Do you want to be that guy that has great relationships with other youth, other people in the community, but your relationship with your kid is down the drains? And I remember at that moment, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I literally sold my desktop because I was working on the PC gaming at that time. I literally sold my desktop the next day because I knew that I had to get rid of the things that were not serving my connection with my child. There are certain things right now that are not serving your connection. They're not serving your progression with your work. They're not serving that connection, and it's not working to build that journey with your youth, with your child, with how you're choosing to move forward. And you have to be willing to tell yourself, what are the things that I need to get rid of in order for my connection? Because if I care enough, these are the things that I'm going to be choosing to get rid of in order for me to grow. But the beauty about the journey is that the journey is not supposed to be stagnant, and it's not supposed to be one simple streamline up, right? We got a lot of roller coasters in this journey, and that's okay. Take time to understand that. Listen, take this phrase for you. Do not expect perfection from yourself or from your youth, but demand progression from yourself. Realize I didn't say from your youth. Demand progression from yourself. You can't control them. You can't control what anyone else does. You can't control how they choose to respond to you even. But the only person that you can't control, the only mouth that you can control, the only thoughts that you can control, the only actions, the only things that you can control are yourself. And so please take the time to realize that this journey will not be perfect. But believe in the journey. Believe that things will grow better as you continue to strengthen yourself in this journey. Perfection is not a part of the equation, but progression should be a demand that you tell yourself every single time. Demand yourself to progress as you're connecting with your youth. Because to be honest, listen, your kid needs that consistency. They need that connection. They need to bridge that gap. They need, let me tell you something. Josh Shipp, he says that every kid is one caring adult away from a success story. I heard that a few years ago, and I've heard different variations of this for a long time. When I became a parent, it hit me. Why isn't the parent the one caring adult? At least one of the two. And sometimes I understand that there's single parents in their homes, but why is there not at least that one caring adult in the home? And I realized that there are a lot of kids who are growing up in uncaring homes. And now they need to find that care from an outside adult, an outside perspective, an outside individual who is not in the home. If we could start building caring homes, this is why I'm talking to you today. If we can start building caring homes, there's going to be a lot less of a need of mental health consultants and therapists and individuals outside of the home. There's going to be a lot less of a need for youth specialists, for people who are out there. Because if we can build the home will continuously be that greatest support for that youth development, life, and success story. That one caring adult should be found in the home. There are too many kids in careless homes. And that's why they need that outside adult